Hi, today I like to show you some of my finished pieces that I've been showing in my videos to show you how to use the roller to roll the texture, I use the sodium silicate to get a crackle texture, and also use the trimming tool to show the chattering texture. So these are the finished pieces that with a lot of texture. How do you choose the glaze to show your texture is very important. You don't use the glaze to cover the texture, so you want to show the contrast of your texture. So these are all some of the samples that I've been doing it, and you want to choose the glaze that shows the thick and thin contrast, especially on your textile. When the glaze, the same glaze, one glaze, when you have thicker glaze, the thinner glaze, it shows a breakup, and you want to choose those kind of glaze to apply on your texture pieces. So that's how you present it. Your pieces that you spend a lot of time making the texture. You don't use the glaze to cover it. Okay. Here is the sample of the chattering texture that I have chattering mark on my mug, and using this glaze, this is called Hamada green, and it shows the thinner color and thicker color, so that the thicker color goes into the depth, the texture, so it shows the breakup, so it shows the texture nicely. So this is the mug. Okay, this is one example. And then in here, this is called Ants Blue. It's a blue glaze, but it shows the breakup, the lighter color, which is lighter white, and the thicker color, it shows the blue. It shows the texture nicely. That's the inside and the mug. So one glaze, and then this is the other example of showing lighter breakup, darker and lighter. This is the Celadon glaze, and of course I add a little bit of Temoku over here to get it so that the whole piece bring a little bit of life to the whole piece. So those these three pieces are the chattering mark, and of course I also have a chattering mark on my lid of this piece, and also on here. And this time the chattering mark, I didn't use a glaze. Instead I use underglazes. I use two different kind of underglazes, red and orange. I brush it on, and then I coat it with wax resist, and then I put the glaze, the silicone glaze here, and the same thing here. And on here, this is the texture that I want to show. So I have red iron stain. I brush the red iron stain here, and then I wipe it off. So I use a sponge to wipe it. Since the gap, the deeper texture is a little bit deeper, so when I was using the sponge to wipe it, I couldn't reach inside, so that red iron stain is left over inside my gap. Okay, so it shows the nice texture, the contrast. So this is the one of the method you could use if you have sodium silicate texture. On this piece here, it's also sodium silicate texture, but instead of using red iron stain, I was using the black glaze. I brush the black glaze over, and then I wipe it off. And again, the deeper spot that I couldn't reach using my sponge, so it got left over inside. So when I wipe it up, it shows that clay color. This is the porcelain clay color, and the glaze was left over inside. And of course, this is the chattering texture, and this is a part with a lid, Celadon glaze, and celadon glaze on the bottom on the chattering texture. And in here, see that some of the spot that I use a newspaper to mask it. So on here, I don't have any of the crackle line, and sometimes it's interesting too. Okay, so this is the sodium silicate texture, and then later, in some of my video, I show you using the roller texture to roll. This one is using on the dark brown clay body. So when I have a texture, I want to show the texture. Since my clay body is dark brown, so I choose the glaze that is lighter. So at a higher point, I shows my clay color, which is brown, and then I have the lighter color. So the lighter color goes into the deep part, so it shows the contrast too. So if you have a dark brown color clay body, choose the lighter color to show the contrast. And also on this here is the lighter color glaze over the dark brown texture. So the lighter, this glaze is called a green shell. So it's kind of like olive green left over inside the deep. The higher point is the clay body, shows out. Okay. One of the typical glaze that has thinner, thicker effect is Hsin-Chuen. And the Hsin-Chuen glaze shows nicely. One of my green glaze, green matte speckle. This is the glaze I developed my own. Shows the texture nicely on this glaze too. This one here, I told you that the Hsin-Chuen glaze, the celadon glaze shows the breakup, and this one shows on the texture on the lid. This one was the demonstration in one of my videos a couple weeks ago. I show you how to use the chopstick stick to push here for the lid, and then I cut it open, and then of course I add a texture and then wait till it dry. I cut it open and then trim it to fit. And this is the finished one. I'll show you the result. Okay, again the roller texture on this piece. Lighter color and thicker color that is darker. Of course, this clay body is porcelain. I use the porcelain on this one. Also, the Hsin-Chuen glaze. It's a very good choice for showing the contrast. When the Hsin-Chuen is thicker, it gets white, and lighter, it gets orange. So that's a good choice for showing your texture too. And finally, this is the large one. Again, I'm using the Hsin-Chuen glaze to show you the texture. The glaze got left over inside the gap, and it's a lighter color. And the higher point here is the brown color. The orange color, it shows up on the texture. So this is the whole piece. Just show you some of my finished pieces on how you apply or how you choose the glaze to apply on your texture. I want to show that the texture that is very stand out, show out the texture on the contrast. So thanks for watching.